Okay, FST students, today we're going to take a look at permutations and combinations. Permutation, the definition of a permutation is an ordered combination of objects where order does matter. So where does order matter? If you think about baseball, a baseball lineup, you have in your players that obviously you need order for that. Let's suppose you work in a museum and you want to put up a display of some sorts. Perhaps you want the pictures to be in a certain order. So you want to look at all different possible ways you can hang those up. Or maybe in a bus lineup. So later on, you're going to do an assignment where you're going to mess with this bus lineup and see how many different combinations you can do for that. So notation. This notation this is what's called a factorial symbol, this right here. So let's suppose you have 9 players for 9 batting positions, and you want to create a lineup. So you would have 9 players for the first position to choose from. For the second position, you would have 8. For the third position, you would have 7, and they're going to keep going all the way down until you have 1 left. And this is the same thing as 9 factorial. Factorial means you're just going to keep going 1 less. Okay, so let's take a look at this as to how to put this in our graphing calculator. So if you take your calculator, take it out, you're going to type in 9, and then you're going to go to math, and you're going to scroll over to probability, right down here to number 4. So you can scroll down to number 4 if you want. Press enter, 9 factorial, press enter, and you'll have 362,880 possible combinations just for 9 players, okay? Each in order does matter for that, all right? Okay, then we want to take a look at, suppose you have 9 people and you only want 2 out of the 9. You want to figure out all possible arrangements. How many different arrangements can you have? Well, it would be 9 for the first position, 8 for the second position, so 9 times 8, right? So notation that you're going to take a look at today is going to be this guy right here. It's going to be 9 possibilities, and then you're going to, sometimes I think of the P as pick, and then the R is going to be how many you want to take at a time, how many objects you want to choose from. So it's N is the number of things you want to choose from, and R is how many you want to choose of them. So N pick R is the way I kind of look at it. And then this is the notation that we're going to use. So back here, we're going to have N pick 2 objects. It's going to be N factorial divided by N minus 2 factorial. So let's take a look at that. So over here, N factorial divided by N minus 2 factorial. This is the notation, okay? So this is N factorial. This is N minus 2, which is 7 factorial. Okay, so if you think about it, 9 factorial, I keep saying N, 9 factorial is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And 7 factorial is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And you see how these match? So if I cancel these off, look at this. Yep, nicely matches, cancels off. Look what we got. We got 9 times 8, right? 9 to choose from for the first position, 8 for the second position. So we end up getting 72. So that's where this N minus R comes from, right? 7 factorial. So here's the notation right here. Okay, so the question is, how do I put that in my calculator? So if I go back here, which you could do, you could type in 9, go to math. You could go down here to factorial, divided by 7, factorial, and check it out, we get 72. Now, some other feature that I want to show you guys is this. I want you to type in 9. We're going to go to math. We're going to go over here to probability, and then you see where this says 9PR. Look at that, right? That's what we're talking about today. We're going to choose that guy, So here's our 9. That stands for the N. PR. Then we're going to type in a 2. I need to do that. Okay. Press enter, and there you go, 72. So that's what you're going to work on today. Okay. So back here on the homework, hopefully, if we take a look at it, you're going to do this here. You're going to do what's called a bus lineup. So you're going to take a look at this here. How many different ways can 4 people stand in line? And you're going to be able to move these people around. So I want you to give me at least 2 different bus lines up. If you can do more than that, that'd be fantastic. Okay. So I said take a screenshot of 2, right? Give the factorial notation for the bus lineup. So what would be our factorial notation for that? Okay. How many possible bus lineups would there be? So actually figure it out. And then take a screenshot of the factorial notation and your answer. I need to put it here. And then also show screenshot of graphing calculator. Okay, ice cream. We're going to do the ice cream problem. That's going to be your next thing you're going to do. So now you're going to fill up ice cream. Check this out. Isn't this so cool? So we got how many 2 scoops of ice cream can you make? So you want to go through and do that and see what you guys can come up with, right? All the combinations. See if you can do a screenshot of all the possible different combinations for that. Okay, give the permutation notation for the combinations, okay? So how many ice creams do we have? How many are we choosing at a time? So think about that. I want you to do a screenshot of your permutation notation, how you would solve it by hand, and then how would you use your graphing calculator and take a screenshot of all of that and submit it. Okay, I think that should be about it. So just make sure you go back, look at the notes on this as to how we did that and how we put it in the calculator and see what you get.